Okay, so look how green this market is. Look, it was an insane day. There was zero selling pressure all day. And of course, this was after the roughly 10% drop we got in the S&P 500. Trump here has been threatening to tariff everyone all over the place. Canada, Mexico, the EU, of course, China. But there've been rumors coming out that it's not going to be as strong. He's rolling back his threats. Just another day for Trump. Nothing new there. So for this video, I thought we'd look and see some stocks I would like to pick up, ones I'm looking into, ones I might have missed. But really, I think if these tariffs threats are not as extreme as rumors are coming out, we don't know until April 2nd. The market's just going to go back to all-time highs. The US economy is just so big that it's almost impossible to stop. Even Trump can't do it. He got that 5-10% pullback in the S&P 500 and he's stepping back from a lot of his tariff threats there. But one stock I was looking to buy, and I know I might get some criticism here in Canada, but Tesla was the one I was really looking at. I was looking at this one around the $250 range. I unfortunately didn't pull the trigger on it last week. And look at that. It's up 12% today. Huge miss on my end. But the more I've looked into this company, the more I actually kind of like it. It's not just a car company. They got so many other avenues of growth. They really run it like a startup. So they really push for growth, which is what I really love and what I'm always looking for. So of course here you go to the website. They sell, let's get this out of here. They sell, of course, cars and everything like that, but that's not even really their interesting part here. If this was just a car company, it would be like, here, General Motors stock, it's worth 51 billion, but Tesla's worth 800 billion. It's because Tesla's got so many other avenues. They got the cars, they got the energy, the solar panels, the battery packs, charging stations. But what I'm really looking for is this one, the Optimus bot, the Tesla bot. I don't know who's going to win the AI, artificial intelligence stuff, but Tesla's probably got a little bit of a lead here. I'm sure there's some private companies that haven't gone public yet, but this is basically the only company you can get that's really into this humanoid robot, which could be huge. They're already here, look at this. Already planning on producing 5,000 of these. If you start to look at what some of these robots can already do, and if they get any better, this could be game changing. 20 years from now, everyone could have the robot in a house. But, of course, it's going to start a lot slower than that. It's going to start in some car manufacturing plant or some labor job. But the more I looked into this, the more and more I get excited. So even though I was Canadian, even though I'm not a fan of Musk, I got to admit he knows how to run some companies. These AI, artificial intelligent humanoid robots are really interesting. I think there's a huge growth avenue here. So I was really about to pull the stock on Tesla. Just did not do it. It's still got some room to run. So we'll see what happens. This one had no pullbacks in the market all day. I almost see no selling pressure today in the markets. Yeah, this is one I missed so far. I might still get in. It still doesn't even look like that bad of a price. But if we're looking for some Canadian companies that might be flying under the radar, here we go. We got RealCan here. This is one I've talked to about on my channel before. I own it. I've been disappointed by it. Every time it looks pretty good, it starts taking off, something happens. These real estate plays are slow moving, but I have to say, it's really undervalued at this price. I think the dividend's safe here. Earnings are going to be safe. I don't think they're going to have any problems. I know the housing market in Toronto is looking rough. The next 2 years probably going to have some challenges, but I think RealCan can easily fly through that. And there is going to be a housing shortage in like 3-4 years if they're not building any more new buildings in Toronto. Nobody's going to think that immigration's just going to stop in Canada. So if you have a long-term horizon, 2-3 years, I think this is a really good buy at these prices. Can't go wrong. It's crazy how badly this one's performed though. And of course, the bad news for this one was also Hudson Bay going out of business. I think it only accounts for a small portion of the revenue. They can absorb this, so it's not a big deal here. So yeah, RealCan, if you're looking out 2-3 years, I think this one can get back to its highs. you know, $20 USD, not out of the questions in 3, 4 years. So you're probably talking about like 20, 25% gain year over year, plus a 6, almost 7% dividend. That's not bad. Next company I was looking at, TIFF International. I've never owned this one. It's just started to hit my radar of interest here. It was got punished on the tariffs. Here we had the earnings. They were concerned about the tariffs. We're going to get more clarity on that on April 2nd. I think there will be some tariffs in Canada, no question about that. But this company had the earnings call February. They were aware of the tariffs. They guided conservative. So even with tariffs, they're probably paying around 17, 18 PE ratio. But if things, eventually this will wash over. And look at this company. Easily top high quality company here. Could get back to highs, 2 to 4 years out. I really almost pulled the trigger at $84. I'm going to wait a little bit on this one, but it's definitely on my radar as a possible buy. Yeah, I haven't looked into it enough to claim it as a buy yet, but so far what I've seen, a high quality company, strong earnings, they guided on the safe side, stock's been punished. So we'll see what happens. One I'm looking into, one you should keep your eye on. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in another one.